What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the quartering, and trying to get packed, trying to get ready to go, but the news just doesn't stop, and so neither will I. I hope you guys are having an okay Monday. There's a lot going on out there. I've got, obviously, the Rob Reiner story today. I covered the far left group. That's already live. We've got the Bondi Beach in Australia descending into madness today. And now this topic, obviously, in Brown University, it's hard to keep everything straight, but let's get right into what's going on in the reaction, the fallout from the attack at Bondi Beach yesterday, where a father and son loser group took out, I believe the total now is 15 and rising, innocent civilians who were just celebrating a holiday. And this is what happens when you import the third world. These people were foreigners. I believe Pakistani. We'll double check in this video. I'll have to double check. But these people are just not incompatible with the West. Leave a like on the video if you agree with that. I want to let people know. I know you guys are going to be so happy when I'm done talking about this. Today is the last day. And guess what? 25% off. Promo code LASTCHANCE25. We have a few advent calendars left, a few gift boxes, and a few of the Kona bundles. If somebody's a coffee head, get them the Kona bundle. These other two are absolutely perfect too. Last Chance 25 is the promo code. Today's it. Can't get it shipped in time for Christmas. And once they're gone, they're gone. Fears of repeat of Cronulla riots as social media is flooded with invitations to, quote, Middle Eastern bashing day in response to the Bondi Beach attack. And you know what? I don't blame these people. Now, obviously, people want to talk about, hey, I don't want to, attacks behoove more attacks. But what do you expect people to do? Just continue to be lambs to the slaughter when their woke governments keep importing these people? Look, I know that there are, quote unquote, that not all Muslims are bad. But the fact of the matter is, I think at this point we can say until they clean up their own community, I don't want them in my country. And I don't think anyone else does either. These people who do these attacks are often supported by local mosques, local religious leaders, and cells back in the Middle East. And there's one sure way to not have these attacks continue to happen, and that would be to not have them in your country in the first place. Another wave of extreme opinions is sweeping Sydney. This time, it's people targeting people of the Middle East appearance. Police on Monday night confirmed that it is aware of a planned bashing day on Cronulla Beach, South Sydney on December 27th. A flyer advertising the event has been widely shared across social media. Now, I would not be surprised if this is some sort of government honeypot to try and get people, because, the government in Australia and probably in America for sure, almost certainly the UK, would probably want to do this stuff. They would probably say, oh, yeah, I think it's, and then they would arrest the white people for reacting this way. We riot Middle Eastern bashing day, September 27th, 2025. As they spread the word, Australia stand the F up. The post is mostly being shared on Snapchat, where messages disappear after 24 hours, but also made appearances on Facebook and TikTok. While not explicitly stated in the post, it's understood the, quote, bashing day is an act of retribution following the incident that happened on Bondi Beach, which saw two men of Middle Eastern appearance, no, they were Middle Eastern, target a Jewish event on Sunday, taking the lives of 15 people and rising. Most commenters under the post have condemned the apparent call to action. We riot /WOG /Middle Eastern bashing day. I don't know what WOG is. Must be some different words down there. This is the most un-Australian response to what happened, one wrote. This is not the way forward. Another said, well, when your own government, now obviously I don't support going out and ruining your life with, doing something stupid and ruining your life. But because you'll get arrested. They'll say that you are the bad guy for not liking, invaders, doing these horrible things. New South Wales Police Commissioner has urged Australians to stay calm less than 4 hours after the incident and warned against acts of retribution. Well, yeah, we don't get to have retribution. That's just not how this works. We just keep getting to get mowed down by these lunatics. That's what the government wants. That's what the government supports. When asked for calm, that's really important. It's not a time for retribution. It's time to allow police to do their duty. However, the call could be easily ignored when even former prime minister appears to have narrowed the blame on one minority. Well, that's who did it. I mean, until we can speak truth, until we can speak facts, I don't really know what else people want. In his book, Australia History, Tony Abbott wrote that in the notable presence of recent migrants from the Middle East, the pro-Hamas demonstrations that erupted in Sydney and Melbourne following the October 7th incident, on Monday, Abbott claimed that the same unchecked anti-Semitism had led to the abomination in Bondi. Well, he's right. Now, I know the word anti-Semitism is way overused. It's used like, racism was a few years ago. Let's just focus on, the Terrys. That's kind of what I want to focus on. Like, I'd rather not have them around, to be honest with you. We can worry about mean words later. We need to redouble our efforts to promote Australian values and guard against the erosion of these values by ideas which are just completely inconsistent with them. I agree. I don't think all of them are Australian citizens. Why haven't the non-citizens been deported and Australian citizens been prosecuted? On Monday, the Premier, Chris Minns, warned anyone planning against the horrible event would be met with the full force of law. Of course, you can't get any justice. There will be no tolerance of any kind for any retribution or some kind of vindictive counterattack on anyone in our community. We are not going to allow ever a situation where we descend in some kind of lawlessness. Yeah, it's only okay when the brown people do it. It's, guys, you can't let anybody, you can't let the Browns have any kind of bad PR. You just can't. You have to, arrest all the locals. You have to make sure that they spend life in prison if they have any kind of retribution. I mean, this is the problem. Like, these governments are no longer serving the citizens that have lived in these countries for a generation. It's true in America. It's true in the UK. It's true in Australia. And eventually there will be riots and there will be retribution. And quite frankly, innocent Middle Eastern people will probably suffer. And that will be the fault of the government, because they probably wouldn't have had to suffer these type of things if they were back home in Pakistan or Afghanistan or wherever among their own people. And it says, I'm in shock to anyone in Middle Eastern background living in the Shire. Please stay safe and priority. Let's worry about that. Now, the two people that perpetrated this were father and son who legally own their weapons. Now, of course, we know that the Australian government has met this with, well, we need stricter laws on weapons. That's what they've said. We need stricter laws on weapons. Yes, I'm sure the criminals will follow that. Naveed Akram and his 50-year-old father, Sajid, allegedly stormed the family-friendly Hanukkah by the sea event with their bolt action and their weapons, taking the lives of 15, injuring 40 more in Sunday's attack. Where are they from? They don't look Australian to me. He met the eligibility criteria for the weapon, New South Wales Police Commissioner said. They were part of, clubs, had a recreational hunting license for over a decade. Sajid had his license since 2015, allowing him to legally own the weapons he had registered. In terms of a license, I mean, again, these laws don't work. I don't really know how many other ways I can say this. This is very obviously some Muslims that wanted to take out Jewish people. That's just what it is. And this is what Muslims of a certain persuasion, especially the extreme ones, this is their MO. The idea is, this is one of the most savage incidents ever. The Intifada comes to Bondi Beach. We got people like here. Australia vows tougher laws after Bondi Beach incident. I mean, are you joking? Are we joking about this? How about tougher immigration laws? Tommy Laren says, I don't think the weapons are the problem. Check your borders, check on immigration. And of course they do. You won't address the real problem. You know, not tough immigration laws, though. Tougher immigration laws, not on weapons. I mean, this is, you know, this is crazy. These people, if I use Grok, I want to double check. Where were the Bondi? I'm pretty sure they came from. I want to double check with Grok here. They were, I mean, obviously I can look at them and tell you they're not, you know, they're not Australians. And this whole thing is actually bonkers. And this is going to happen in America. You know, everyone made fun of Candace for like, well, there's going to be another attack. Yeah, she was wrong about that. But I don't think it's that crazy to coincide, you know, radicals and the start of Hanukkah with attacks. We just had this morning, I talked about, if you missed the video, you know, far leftists planning a multi-location attack in LA, New Orleans, and on ICE facilities and ICE officers while they sit in their cars. These are leftists, probably from America. So now we're bringing in, you know, names like Akram, possible Muslim background, common in Pakistan and India. Sajid's nation of origin remains, you know, unreported, but I think it's pretty obvious where they're from, you know. And this, yeah, Sajid described as a 50-year-old Pakistani. Oh, that's the guy that stopped it. That there was a Pakistani guy that stopped it, which is a hero. He can stay. He can absolutely stay. But, you know, we're talking about, they were father and son. The father, originally from Pakistan, immigrated back in 1998. Their son, Naveed, was born there. So we brought in a Pakistani in 1998. He sat in this country for 30 years, groomed his son, and did what he did. This religion is not compatible with the West. I don't know how many people have to die till people wake up and agree with that. I hope you're informed by this video. If you were, please do leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.